Hey YouTube, hope everyone's doing well. I know that I'm about 10 days late on this video. This is our siege from January the 14th against Mythril and TheTriforce. You won't be seeing clips from my stream because I didn't stream that day. I actually had to work late, so I did my attacks at work, and that'll be our excuse for our losses today. Overall in the siege, we took third, Mythril second, and TheTriforce kind of got the free win because we and Mythril just killed each other. Last time we came out ahead of Mythril, so this one's them getting us back. I think they're up 3-1 against us so far this season. But we'll just get into the video then. Let's do this. First up, this is an offense that I didn't think about at all. Basically, I was, sitting at work, and the guildie was like, you can just bruiser this defense, it's not a problem. And I was like, okay, I've got some bruisers here. One of them even can't be stunned. I was excited to try out my Misty. Then what happened is the Clara lands her stun on my Harmonia, which is kind of expected, and then also on my Vigor, who's, water and maybe not quite as likely, and then it gets doubled to 2 turns. And then his Vigor actually uses skill 3 twice before my Harmonia even gets out of stun, and that's just a bit too much damage for us to tank. So this idea didn't work, and we will try something more safe next time. Still haven't really found a good use for Misty on offense yet, but we'll find a spot for him eventually. So we're starting out here on a loss against Mythril, which is sad. I feel like I start a lot of my sieges on a loss somehow these days, where it's just like the first attack doesn't go well, and then I try to make up for it from there. I need to work on my Swift sets because I don't really have the option to outspeed these Clara defenses against top 8 siege guilds because everyone else's Swift sets are better than mine. Otherwise, I would just try to, maybe not for this particular defense, but we're seeing some other like Zenobia defenses lately that I might want to outspeed and kill. So, Kamuna Orion Savannah, the classic. You'll be seeing that a lot today. And in this one, he lands the defense breaks, and then he gets the violent proc on his Kamoon, kills my Leo. So that's not a great thing to happen. Man, it's been 10 days. I don't even remember if I win this or not. Well, he's proccing again, so maybe not. Like watching these videos for the first time again. I'm pretty sure we're losing. Well, now we finally resist something. He doesn't strip our invincibility. This offense has been losing a decent amount lately. And I don't know if I want to retire it or if I just want to try to make some of the monsters tankier. Because it's always violent procs that kills me, but a safe offense should be able to absorb several violent procs and not lose, or else it's not really all that safe. But yeah, this one's a loss. Alright, 0-2. What are we doing next? We got another one of these defenses from Mr. Bird Skull. This is on our Galleon offense. If you're doing this one at home, if you have a Wusa is much better than Fedora for this one. Fedora I like against Clara because Clara when stun your Leica and then you can cleanse it with Fedora. But against the Orion, Wusa is just a better choice. Outspeed it and get your 3 buffs up. That's a tanky Kamoon. I think they have I think they had a lot of tanky Kamoons in this siege. Yeah, this one's always been kind of like, kill the Kamoon, kill the Orion, And then at that point, Savannah is probably going to lose to your Leica. This defense doesn't really seem like it's going away. I know that a lot of people have counters for this defense, but from what I've seen, like, a lot of those counters aren't really as safe as people claim they are. Alright, we get something other than Savannah. We've got the Bastet, the Odin, and the Perna. So we bring a tank that can't get one-shot by an Odin, and we're just going to try to Oblivion and kill off these monsters so they can't revive. Start with Perna. Perna's a little scarier because of the stuns and the healing. And also Perna can attack our fire monsters, or will choose to attack our fire monsters, and not just go for the light monster. This one's going pretty well. I've lost with this offense before, but I don't think I've ever had a Bastet solo me when I had even just the 2 full health fire monsters left. But I like this offense still. I think it usually works. Next up, Kamoon Orion Zeratu. This is a fast Chloe. I'm just going to outspeed him and put up invincibility. He's going to take some turns because he's Orion. Always seems like if Orion doesn't use skill 3, he's definitely going to proc into it on turn 1. Alright, so he took my will, but not my invincibility. So Zeratu is going to attack, is it 3 times now? Alright. 3 attacks from Zeratu. Another violent proc off the Kamoon, so his entire team violent procced. He resists my Galleon completely. Unfortunate, but the Zeratu is going to die. Julie does massive AoE damage, and she gets bonus damage if the opponent has buffs. So because Zeratu has his attack buff and his immunity, Julie gets bonus damage, and most Zeratus aren't going to be built tanky enough to actually withstand a big damage Julie. This Julie is slow, it's like plus 50 speed. So even with us getting completely resisted on our Galleon, we were still fine cleaning up the fight. And we get to use Chloe. Newly buffed Chloe. Up next, Kamoon Orion Savannah. What a surprise. This team's the same as the Leica team. We're just using Miho instead of Leica. And I think these teams have been more, I want to say more reliable than the Leo team I've been using with the Jean and Skogel, at least lately. But also I know that I lose with this team in like the next Siege video you guys will watch. I think I have like 2 more videos to make after this one. But you know, these teams usually they do pretty well. Okay, who's next? Another Kamoon Orion Zeratu. I'm going to bring the exact same team I brought to the first Kamoon Orion Zeratu on the exact same runes as the first one. Let's see here. This one doesn't get nearly as many violent procs. No violent procs at all, in fact. And I land my defense breaks, so that one's going to be even quicker. Back to Kamoon Orion Savannah. I think this is number 4. This should be Kamoon Orion Savannah number 4. We've got 2 supports to try to keep us alive. And then we have a Rika. Rika is a very, very powerful offense monster. It's a damage dealer that can be built tanky while still being a damage dealer. It has the 3-turn slow debuff, which is incredibly powerful for games that are going to go more than a couple turns. Which it also, you know, He's got 2 speed scaling damage on his team with Kamun's first skill and Savannah. So that slow is, you know, it's a support monster because it reduces their damage. It's a damage dealer. It can be built tanky. Rika is a pretty top tier siege offense monster if you have one. A scary moment there. He gets some hits on a defense broken monster of mine because I didn't have immunity. But that's why we have Triana. We are very well supported in our team. Fight takes a little while doing it this way. But I think that I'd probably be comfortable using this team again. I might have a better team with my Rika though in the near future. We'll see how that goes. Up next, we get another Mythril defense, this time twins. Probably just desperate for anything that isn't Kamuna Ryan Savannah at this point, because Mythril basically just runs 20 Kamuna Ryan Savannahs. So it's these kind of 1v1 sieges against them, you end up fighting the same thing a lot. So this is our tanky team for twins. In our last siege against Mythril, I actually got by a Swift Shina team, so I didn't want to bring in the team I use that can get beat by Swift Shina because I know that it's at least, you know, in their playbook. So I brought my tanky team. This is kind of my, you know, quote unquote safest team, although if you know how the twins are built on their defense, it is safer to just kill them before they can move than to try and play this long game against them. But when I don't know how what kind of runes the twins have, then this is the team that I like to go with. Oh, nice. We even land the sleep on his wind monster. As far as runes, my Aegir's built Bruiser, speed, crit damage, HP on Violent, obviously. Elucia is just a straight support Violent Will build. And then the Bella is very tanky, max resistance, and like plus 100 speed. And I think that's on Violent Endure. Up next, we have another Kamuna Ryan Savannah. Who would have guessed? So this is a team that I used to use more often and haven't been using as much recently. I think I should be using it more, but I need to put better runes on them. And right here is interesting because my Bulldozer does a lot of damage against fire monsters. And his Kamun has some decent fire damage reduction and lots of health to live through that. I usually hit like 57, 58,000. That time I only hit 48,000. And he still tanked it. Oh, that's why I know that these are some fire damage resistant Kamuns in this siege. Hopefully I can get some better artifacts on my Bulldozer or something. I do have additional damage on fire on my Bulldozer. I think I need to try and find some more of that. Because I do feel like I'm usually bulldozering fire monsters on the first turn. Yeah, if you have any counters for Kamuna Ryan Savannah that you feel are very, very safe, and also don't use any of Leo, Wusa, Amelia, let's just go with those three for now. And don't use Leo, Wusa, or Amelia. Feel free to let me know in the comments. What's your favorite free-to-play Kamuna Ryan Savannah counter? Or Fang. Leowusa, Amelia, Fang. The offense monsters that I don't have. Orion against this team usually can't kill. I usually win if I get to the Orion phase with any two of my monsters remaining. But, you know, sometimes they make it more interesting than others. And down goes Itchy, and that'll be it. So that was, start by losing our first two, and then we won 8 in a row. So that would be an 8-2 siege. Hopefully we can do better next time we run into Mythril. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one.